Why are some men mean to women? When a man is unkind to his partner, what does it really mean? And what does it imply for their relationship? Trusting your gut feeling at the beginning of a relationship is crucial. More often than not, an aggressive man will reveal his true colours once he's sure his partner won't leave him. For many men, aggression can play a positive role in their lives. It helps them achieve a certain status in society and compete with others. But sometimes this behaviour spills over into their family life. If a man is being mean to a woman, there could be several reasons why. 1. He's having major problems at work. Under stress, the brain struggles to switch from a professional to a personal mindset. As a result, he might stay angry and, out of habit, continue trying to prove himself at home. When a man has trouble managing his emotions, for example, if he feels disrespected at work or has low self-esteem, he may lash out at the woman he loves. 2. He has unresolved childhood trauma. In this case, it's important to understand why the effects of that trauma are showing up now. Once he's in a relationship, he might be repeating patterns learned in his childhood. Essentially, a man can be mean simply because he never learned how to love or how to treat those closest to him with kindness. 3. His only relationship model is a toxic one. A man might act aggressively if he grew up with constant tension between his parents. For him, a toxic relationship is the only model he knows. So he repeats what's familiar, consciously or not. It's like it's programmed into him. He behaves just as he saw his father behave with his mother. 4. He struggles with addiction. Alcohol and drug addiction can lead to aggression. These substances can alter a person's mind, making them unable to control themselves. When someone is constantly under the influence, they often don't even know why they're angry. 5. He wants to end the relationship. It's true, when a man wants to break up, his behaviour can change drastically. A man who was once gentle and considerate might become distant and aggressive. His behaviour changes because his feelings for you have changed. So, as you can see, there are many reasons why a man might be mean to a woman. It's important to analyse the situation and try to understand the root of his behaviour. But sometimes a man hides his aggression behind a charming smile, expensive gifts, or by playing the victim. He might even tell you it's your fault he acts this way, making it difficult to see his meanness for what it is. Here are the most obvious signs that a man is being unkind or is about to be. 1. He is excessively jealous and suspicious. Jealousy isn't always a sign of love. More often, it's a sign of insecurity and emotional instability. A confident man might feel jealous, but he won't cause a scene just because someone at the next table glances at you. In short, a man is mean when his ego is fragile. 2. He needs to be in control. He feels the need to know everything about you, where you are, who you're with. He doesn't like it when you meet up with colleagues after work. He reads your texts, and he tries to insert himself into every area of your life. This need for control stems from a need to feel superior. 3. He disrespects women in general. If he doesn't respect women, he won't treat you any differently. That's the reality. He won't listen to you, pointedly ignoring your opinion. To him, men and women are not on the same level. If he's nice to you but toxic to others, it shows he's hiding a darker side of his personality. It's a sign his aggression will soon surface. He loses control easily. Someone who is easily irritated and has poor self-control can become aggressive. Once he feels comfortable and knows she's committed or in love with him, his mean streak comes out. 5. He speaks in extremes. He isn't capable of moderation. Everything is an extreme. For people like him, everything is black or white, and usually black. The colour grey doesn't exist. He doesn't understand compromise and is terrible at negotiating or listening to others. 6. He rushes the relationship. Studies have shown that aggressive men often try to establish relationships very quickly. They don't want to wait. The woman must be his as soon as possible. It's the only way he can control her and dictate his rules. While women often complain that men are slow to commit, if he's moving too fast, it's a red flag. Of course, it could be love at first sight, but if you see this along with the other signs on this list, you may have an aggressive man on your hands. 7. He tries to isolate you from family and friends. He wants you all to himself. As the relationship develops, he shows more and more resentment when you spend time with other people. In a serious relationship or after marriage, he might forbid you from seeing them all together. 8. He has drastic mood swings and uses emotional blackmail. Everyone's mood can change, but for someone who is emotionally unstable, these shifts can be dramatic and often happen for no apparent reason. He might use threats and blackmail to control you. "If you don't do this, I'll leave you," is a common phrase from an aggressive man. Psychological abuse is just as serious as physical abuse. 9. He blames others for his problems. It's always someone else's fault, never his. In his mind, he does everything perfectly. Over time, he'll start to blame you more and more, making you feel bad, humiliating you, and chipping away at your dignity. This is a method of control through emotional abuse. 10. He has a negative attitude toward women. He frequently criticizes his exes, says ugly things about them, and generally views women as corrupt or uses other unflattering terms. This means he already has a fixed image of women in his head, and the chance that he will see you differently is slim. 11. He is rude and disrespectful to others. At first, a man won't show his true self to a woman. He'll be sweet to you, but his true behavior is revealed in how he treats other people. He has no problem being aggressive with them because he isn't trying to win them over. Pay close attention to how he treats service staff at a restaurant or a hotel. One of the main reasons a man's behavior changes is when he no longer feels love for his partner. He doesn't know how to leave, so he gets frustrated. That frustration turns into aggression. Through his passive-aggressive or outright mean behavior, he's trying to push you to do the breaking up for him. He lacks the courage to do it himself. He thinks if he's toxic enough, you'll be the one to leave, allowing him to blame you for the end of the relationship. It's pathetic, but it's what many men do. Others resort to gaslighting, and honestly, it's hard to say which is worse. So, how should you handle it when a man is being unkind? This isn't always about physical violence. Often, it's about subtle jabs, a lack of appreciation over time, and words that can hurt more deeply than any physical blow. You shouldn't just endure it, you have to react. A little teasing or a disagreement is normal in any relationship, but it should never get out of hand or come at one partner's expense. If you have a man at home who acts like a king, making demands in an authoritarian tone without a single polite word, it's time for a change. Start by making it clear that you aren't his employee and that you expect to hear words like please and thank you. If his behavior doesn't change and he continues to order you around, simply refuse to do these little favors. Even the man of the house can make his own sandwich when he's hungry. Talk to him. Tell him clearly that while you're happy to do things for him, you can't be expected to anticipate his every wish or do everything for him. If he doesn't get it, then stop doing everything. You can also try responding to his commands with sarcastic questions. Feel free to ask if you should also slice his bread, feed it to him, or even pre-chew it. Sometimes humour can make him realise how helpless he's acting. And what if talking doesn't work? If it's not just about commands, but a generally hurtful tone that always leaves you feeling exposed, a simple conversation may not be enough. Of course, you should try talking first. Also, talk to your friends and ask for their help. Friends can often offer a clearer perspective. Sit down together and lay out the facts. His parents or friends might be good people to talk to as well. Couples therapy, or even threatening to leave, is usually the last resort when a partner is consistently disrespectful and unkind. Ultimately, if you can do nothing to change the situation, leaving is your only real option.